Do. I should get an extra guy. I did hit the live button, right? Yes. Okay. Whether or not anyone watches this, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. This is a bonus stream. I don't fucking need it. Really, the stream is for me, not for anyone else. Which is probably the best, or one of the, among the best mentalities to approach any stream with. Is that it's for you, not for anyone else. Not to be like, not in the sense that like you're like a selfish prick about it, but more about like you're not overly concerning yourself with the desires of other people, and that you're making sure that you enjoy what you're doing. Because, you know, that's like what healthy people do, I guess. Like, you know, because it'd be kind of shitty to just like do this because, like, oh, I want to do this for other people. Because it's not that like altruism is bad, like, altruism is great, but like, God, I'm doing a bad job of explaining my thoughts. Like, it's probably best to do something like this because I want to, and not worry about what other people want. Um, and if other people come by and they happen to enjoy it, then great, cool. Um, but if not, then no loss. Especially for a bonus stream, like, but even like my normal streams where I have like specific things scheduled and lined up, and I'm like putting more energy into actually being like kind of like, I don't know, like entertaining, I guess. But like even then, I'm not like putting a ton of energy into trying to be entertaining. It's more of a like there's more of an awareness to be entertaining. Oh my god, they failed to take the bow. Oh my god, that's so dumb. The guy was literally about to grab the bow and then he backed off. Oh well. I guess I'll just be 2 coins behind then, which does kind of suck. Well, let's just start with getting people then. Um, I don't know. I feel like anyone watching the VOD, if you understand what I was talking about, cool. If you don't, whatever. I think I'm done with that thought. Oh, there's a chest here. Okay, a blessing from the Lord. I can buff my archers. Wow. Okay. Okay, that is a close portal. Like, that is so close, it makes me wonder if there's actually 3 portals on that side. Because I think you can get 3 portals on one side, but it's like really rare. But that is like really fucking close. So we're probably going to have to focus the left because we can't build right side infrastructure. Yeah, so I want to scout out the left a little bit. Hey, look, it's the name of the game. Kingdom. Yay! It crumbles. Just like my self-esteem. I don't quite have enough to pay that guy. And if I had those 2 extra coins, I would. Oh well. Anyways, let me make note of what's actually out here rather than just like running. Okay, so this would probably be the outermost wall. If I went this way. Okay, there's a water feature here. Good, that means farm. Is that the only thing though? 1 water feature. Well, we gotta work with what we got, right? I'm gonna just walk by, pick up any coins along the way, get this vagrant. Here, maybe I should guard the vagrant a little bit. Come on, guy. Okay, we got the worker. But we're gonna wait. Yep. Another archer dude. Archer dudes. Everybody loves their archer dudes. I guess we could have an actual camp. That might be a good idea. What is that? It's green on green, so it's a little bit hard for me to see what that's supposed to be. Here, actually, let's queue up 2 more workers here. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell what that's supposed to be. I want to say it's like supposed to be like some kind of fish or lizard. I think it's a lizard, but it's green on green. So it's a little bit hard for me to tell. Anyways, we need dudes. Send dudes. Not nudes. Oh, I didn't even see this guy. Come here, my guy. Here, I should call for these trees to be cleared, because we do need to make progress out this way. Here, and let's also call for these trees to be cleared. Just get ahead of ourselves, you know? And then probably call them to build a wall, like, right at the actual campsite afterwards. Probably both walls, just so that they're, like, on it. We're doing this wall list right now, but if I tell them to build a wall, they will actually leave this position instead of like staying out here where it's dangerous. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this and this. And then grab this guy. Just make sure he's getting here too. And then make sure he has a bow waiting for him. Okay, I think we got all our workers inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Our workers are safe. We got our initial walls up, and those walls will last us for a while. Oh, I do need to find where stone architecture is. But it's not a big deal right now. Let's just make sure we have a full rack of bows ready. You know what kind of sucks about having a mostly politically oriented Twitter? Other than the obvious, which is, politics kind of. It kind of. Well, it sucks, but it doesn't. Like, I find politics genuinely interesting, which is why I do have a Twitter that focuses on, like, politics all the time. Because I wouldn't do that if I didn't find it interesting. But it's also kind of super depressing because at least the type of politics I advocate for is not very popular. Um, like it is not the status quo in like any powerful country, um, and it's not very well represented within. Uh, Certainly within my own country, it's not very well represented. Probably the best representative of my politics within my country is like Bernie Sanders. Um, but that's not. Um, I mean, if he's the best we've got in this country, and he couldn't beat, he couldn't like make it, then like I don't know, it's just like a path of like, wow, if he couldn't make it, we feel kind of screwed. Which I don't want to give in to despair on that front, and that's part of why I like still try to have that politically focused Twitter, just so like, because like if you care about making positive change, you can't give up. Um, do I call for a wall to be built just to pull them back? Yeah, let's try to pull them back. We'll just call for a wall right here, I think. Yeah, let's just call for a simple wall right here. Just to pull the workers on this side. So one of the things that sucks about calling them out to clear out like a forest, I don't know, this guy's still here. Is they'll just kind of stay out here, which is really dangerous. Um, and so when you're clearing out like a lot at once, it just takes even longer for them to get to a decent position. Anyways, what was the whole point of me bringing up the Twitter thing? Oh, I remember. Um, One thing that kind of sucks about it is that like when you're trying to advertise just like some kind of more casual content, like I do on this channel, which like I have my political rants, that happens, but like it's like Zelda and Warcraft 3 and you know Vermintide or Deep Rock Galactic or this game or whatever. Um, and as political as I might get during those games, those aren't automatically political. And so advertising to because like my Twitter following is like my biggest following by far. I have like 260 something followers there, but like this is probably just another aspect of it being Twitter is that like sure I have a lot of followers, but like how much attention do my tweets really get in general, even if they are like on theme or on brand? Very little. In fact, most tweets I ever put out will get zero attention. There's got to be like three portals this way. Those are two really close to each other. Because if there's not a third portal beyond that, the right side's going to be cleared out so fast. But we just actually need to push. Um, anyways, um, so when I announce my streams on my Twitter, chances are nobody really fucking sees them. um, or nobody really responds to it. Of course, there are some tricks that I typically do. I didn't do it with today's announcement stream because it's just, or not stream announcement because it's just a bonus stream. But like, usually I'll put like some hashtags in there, like, small streamer and like, or like, hashtag Legend of Zelda if I'm doing Majora's Mask or whatever. Um, or like maybe I'll be doing, or like hashtag Warcraft, hashtag Warhammer, just to try to like just like hit those little topics that just might maybe get me a couple more eyeballs on that. Um, but even then, usually there's no result from it, which is like fine. Like sometimes that's just the way it is. I like the green on black here. That looks good. Um, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like a classic small streamer struggle. But well, I guess with me talking about like how like my Twitter is kind of different than what I necessarily. It isn't just like it isn't focused on my content here. It's not for my content promotion or anything like that. It's just a Twitter I had because I cared about what was happening in the world. Um, and then, but like as a side effect of that being a little bit different, like I don't know, it's just like where I exist on different social media platforms. I exist there for different purposes. Like Facebook is where those are people like I actually know. Um, but like mostly I barely interact with them anyways, and I'm like spending less and less time on Facebook as time goes on. To be honest, because because like people I'm actually close with, I'm hanging out with in like Discord. But like our schedules don't always align. Like we have different sleep schedules. Um, Normally, me and Kelvin, you might know him as ResDog, especially if you're from his like VTuber group. Um, like we mostly have the same, or at least our schedules typically align, which is why we're often playing games together and stuff. I guess I will fund this statue. Um, but like it doesn't always work out that way, and he's only like one person that I don't know. Where's my brain trying to? What is my brain trying going to a conclusion, or is it just saying words? Um, I might just be saying words. Um, which is not necessarily a bad thing. One thing that is kind of nice about streaming, especially playing this game, is the kind of the almost like weird ability to just like have thoughts that just spill out of my mouth. And especially when like in so many other contexts, I find myself swimming into like a whirlpool of thoughts that I cannot express. Because if I were to honestly express myself to people, they would not like what I think. Whereas like here, like I'm not really that concerned with like random strangers' opinions of me, um, which is why I'm able to be very honest about like a lot of shit on stream. Um, like I don't really, I'm not really bullshitting on. Well, I am bullshitting, that's right, but it's like, I'm not like. I shouldn't have called these guys out here. It's dark now. Hold. Maybe we get lucky and we don't get attacked. Um. Oh god, this is fucking. Fuck, my brain is. I'm scatterbrained. I'm sorry. I'm like. I feel like I'm like going like halfway on a tangent and then I get distracted by something and then I completely lose the tangent. What the fuck was I just talking about like literally a minute ago? um. I don't bullshit. Well, I do bullshit things, but it's like, but it's not like fake bullshit. How do I describe that? I am sincere on stream, which might include me bullshitting some stuff in the sense that like maybe I'm like a meme lord or I don't really under like know like I might be playing a game and I'm just like yeah let's just bullshit some strategy and then we do it right like maybe like I'm placing I'm doing like the Warcraft 3 campaign. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this mission, and I'm like, I just come up with some bullshit strategy to see if it works, and it's like yesterday I was playing Warcraft 3, and I was doing finishing up the Orc campaign, and the final mission of that is where you have like Thrall and Cairn and Jaina all working together, um, fighting against the Warsong clan under Grom Hellscream. And the mission is to go and as Thrall, go confront Grom and use a soul gem to basically capture like his soul or whatever, and then bring it to like this like circle of power where like you can like restore his soul. That is a lot of money. Wow. We'll go ahead and make this a strong wall, like a super strong wall. Um, and like so like I like pushed my way through like a whole ass base, fought my way through some demons, encountered Grom, used the soul gem on him. All I needed to do was just go back the way I came. I just instead decided to just like do some bullshit and just like push through the other side of the map for no reason really. Just just for shits and giggles. So when I say that, like, I do bullshit on stream, that's kind of what I mean. It's that it's like I do like dumb bullshit. Um, but like when I'm like talking about like shit like while playing any of these games, especially this one. This one I find really great for just like letting my mind just unload a lot of stuff and not be overly concerned. Also, we could fully upgrade this, and I just lazy. Okay, there we go. That gives us this, and I'm now gonna start building this. All right, let's get some farmers going. Um. So yeah. It's like me, like this whole like thing of like me like having a thought, going on it for a bit, and then like completely losing track of where it was. That's just like genuinely me being like fucking dumb. Here, I should upgrade this wall to at least a tier 2. Um, though I might need might instead put the wall here because it doesn't look like a hunting ground is spawning here, which kind of sucks. Because that means our right side economy is fucking dead. Which means we really, really, really need our left side economy to be good. But hey, I am in favor of left-wing economic policies, am I right? By the way, who decided that the way we should describe political leanings is right and left? Like, what the fuck? Who decided that? Because that's dumb. Like, and I get that you need some like relativistic terms to kind of describe, you know, relativistic politics. But why right and left? Like, those are like general directions. um, and they don't. No, actually, let's go ahead and pay off the merchant. But like, why? Because it's just kind of weird. Like, and it sometimes makes like talking about politics fucking like insufferable. Which I know, like the average person that might end up watching this, or I'm assuming anyone fucking watches this because, like I have no clue if anyone's gonna watch this. Honestly, this entire VOD will probably get like 9 views total, and those 9 views none of them might be at this portion of the VOD. Because as far as I could tell, Twitch counts views by like just at some point someone comes into the stream and watches a little bit of it, and like that counts as like a view. So like it's not necessarily what's my brain doing? So it's not necessarily that like someone who comes by and watches actually like is really like going through the whole thing. Now, if you happen to be that one guy who is going through the stream, like on YouTube, or while this is still on Twitch, you're pretty cool because you're like being like supportive and shit. Um, I feel like I want this wall, but maybe I should just do this one. But like this, because I'm worried that this wall, if I put this up, like it might just edge just enough on this side that it'll delete the hunting ground. But I might need to call for that. Maybe it doesn't matter. You know what? I don't think it matters. Build the wall. We could have a double wall. That might actually be better for us anyways. Also, let's just get the archers over here. Which means I need a speed build. Okay. No! Archers, come on, come on, come on. So we lost one hammer. We'll get him upgraded as just a stone wall, but not necessarily the full-blown, like, fortress wall. Yeah, let's go ahead and get, like, I don't know, like 3 more hammers. Get some farms going here. We could probably also get another cipher, too. Oh, you know, I didn't even... Did the merchant come by? Ah, he dropped off 4 bows. Okay. Well, in that case, let's build a couple scythes. Let's also upgrade our base. We don't need to be in intense anymore. I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be like some kind of green lizard. Like a iguana or something. On a green background. It's really hard to tell. I'm not even sure if it really comes through on the stream. Though you might be able to see it just as well as I can, because this game is like, you know, pixel art. So it's not, by default, its resolution is pretty low. In fact, I'm not even sure if there's an option to increase resolution. I think it's just how zoomed in you are, and then, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Pretty minimal. Actually, no, there's nothing else. It's this way. And you know, I actually need to build to castle tech kind of quickly because I want to push on the right. I think I can call for a raid without stone walls. I think so. And the first portal should be easy enough to take. It's usually the third wall where I'm like kind of super scared. Also, I might as well call for a wall right here. Because, yeah, there's no hunting ground. Right side economy is dead, dude. It's so dead. So we do have these farms here. They're doing okay. And I think these hunters are doing well too. Okay. Let's buff our workers. Okay, yep, they are definitely there. Good job, archers. Main reason I'm doing this game right now is honestly because I just feel like shit. Like, I just kind of feel general sadness. And, like, are there some specific things I could point to? Yeah, but it's not like any one thing. Like, I'm sad about things in my personal life, but I'm also sad about, like, what's happening what's happening in Palestine. There's just a lot of things to be sad about, you know? Um, and that's none of that's to say that, like, I guess this was talked about earlier about, like, with the with politics, where it's like, um, it could be sad, but I think it's still important to care. It's like, am I sad about what's happening between Israel and Palestine? Yeah, I'm pretty sad about it. I'm also pretty mad about it because what's happening is awful. Um, and I'm not going to go into the details about it on stream, but at least not right now. But if you know, you know. And I'll leave it at that. Um, and I do think it's important to care about that. Um, but I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, it's not hard to care. It is very hard to care. Um, it's not the only. If that were the only thing weighing on my mind, though, I would be fine. I would actually consider if that was the only thing. If politics was the only thing dragging down on me, I would consider myself a happy person. Because only people who are really comfortable in their lives think that politics is the only thing negative in their life. Yeah. And this last side will be very strong. Um, um, so yeah, I'm not feeling great right now, mentally, but like, and I was talking to my friend Kelvin before a stream, and I was just like, because like he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap to like get ready for like a collab thing with like cool people, which is like great for him. Awesome, glad he's doing well. To the extent that I could feel gladness. um, I should call for this, at least on that side. Um, which maybe means I should have a couple spare workers on hand. Um, I guess have some more bows ready. And I told him, it's like, okay, cool. I'll probably just sit here and be sad. And he suggested like maybe I should just play this game because like it's chill, it's low energy, and maybe I could stream it. Um, and maybe that would help me kind of just clear out my mind. Which I think he's kind of right about that, because that is like honestly probably half the reason why I like this game so much is that it's a good like emotional balancer thingy. Emotional balancer thingy. What the hell is that phrasing? Um, because like I don't know. It's just it's this is a nice place. This is a nice game. It's a nice place. It's nice to just kind of like be able to just have this kind of form of escapism where like I can come in here and pretend to be like the queen of all these farmers and archers and stuff and like just try to guide and direct them so that we could have like a nice and stable kingdom that's safe from all these demons where all I gotta do is just try to like secure the safety of the kingdom from the demons. Just that's it. Which you know is kind of a big task in and of itself, but like it's one that can be done in like an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how chill I decide to be. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just pay this guy to give me tools again, because I think pretty much no matter what he gives me, it's gonna be useful for me. Because I'm starting to get at that point where more workers will be necessary. I'm not really going to be that upset if he makes me more farmers, even though there's probably going to be a bit that will probably be a bit excessive. Um, and more archers is always good. Like literally, I don't think there's a single point in the game where getting more archers is a bad idea. I kind of wish there was more variety, but like this is like literally just like the basic version of it. I know there's other like kingdom games. I just don't have them because they didn't go for sale for 100% off like this one did. But at some point, I'm sure I will get them because I think there's like what new lands and stuff, and I think there's also 2 crowns. So like if Kelvin were ever interested in doing this, I could be like, yeah, well, maybe we could do like 2 crowns and stuff because that's like a co-op version of this. But I'm very content with the level that this game is at. Like I'm not like if I want a more advanced strategy game, I go to something like StarCraft or Warhammer or whatever, or Warcraft 3. Um, so because this game kind of strikes a decent balance between like kind of just being like an atmospheric game, a strategy game, and I guess just like a kingdom building simulator, I guess. So probably should have waited until after I got the morning money to do that, but oh well. Um, so we need to push on the right first because the economy is locked on that side. Let's also get money from our left guys, our left side guys. Side guys. I wish it were easier for more people to just kind of experience the serenity that comes from games like this. And I don't just mean like I wish more people had money for games, which is also true. I wish less people were in poverty. I wish less people were constant. So, like, I wish less people were stressed from like financial struggles. I wish less people were worried about like medical debt and stuff like that, um, or college debt or whatever. Um, but I also wish that like more people could like even like beyond like the like financial position, just like from like a more like mental standpoint, could like come to find the joy that comes from the joy and the serenity that comes from games like this. Like I was talking to my stepmom on Saturday, because she was actually a little bit curious about this Twitch streaming I'm doing, and she doesn't know shit about like games or like gaming culture or anything like that. She doesn't really know. She didn't know what Twitch was. Like for example, like because I told her a few weeks ago that like yeah I'm like streaming on Twitch and stuff. It's like one of the things I started doing as of like a couple months ago, like back in mid February. Which oh my god I just realized it's exactly 3 months ago now. I think my very first stream was 3 months ago because I think it was February 19th when I first streamed. Decided to like say like fuck it. Like I was talking with Kelvin that night about like how like the idea of like how content creation like seems like honestly kind of like super appealing for a multitude of reasons. Um, and like we were both talking about that, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn how to set up a. I'm gonna like set up a Twitch account, or I'm gonna set up my channel for like streaming and stuff like. And then like I downloaded like the encoder that I use that I'm still using now and stuff, and like just like learn some of the basics of it. Um, and then did he give us farmers? Oh, he gave us farmers. Yeah, yeah. And these farmers don't really have a whole lot to do. Which actually, I just realized something. Um, I think I called for a raid. Yeah, let's let's do it. Okay. So hopefully that'll be enough for them. I'm gonna go try to find a little bit more money and like and stuff. Um, anyways, so my stepmom, she like on Saturday went because like I I go out to like lunch with my brother and my dad and and usually my stepmom because she's married to my dad. Um, so sometimes she doesn't show up because she's just like tired dealing with like her kid. Because by the way, um, I have a half sister and potentially another one on the way because she got pregnant again. Which I mean, I was surprised the first time they because like you know, me and my brother were adults, and I'm the younger brother too, by the way. So like my brother is older than me, um, and they first announced like when my dad and stepmom told me and my brother that she was pregnant with with the person that is now my current half sister. Um, I was like 19 and a half. Okay, let's see if I can do some recovery here for these guys. God, I don't think I. You know what? It's honestly better if I let that guy fall and then I just come back. This guy might as well run in. I'm getting sidetracked by my own. I'm getting sidetracked from a sidetrack thought. Okay. I was talking about my stepmom. She wanted to like know more about my Twitch, so she on Saturday. um, she she was asking me about it, and it's like, yeah. So what's like your TikTok or whatever? And like, I think like me and my dad like simultaneously laughed at that because like she doesn't really know what Twitch is, but like and I think my dad said something to the effect, it's like, you see, she just knows like the woman's social media or whatever. Um, um, but I was like, you know what? She remembered that it starts with a T. I'll give her credit. TikTok starts with a T. Twitch starts with a T. Like, are they the same thing? Not even fucking close. But I'll go ahead and give her credit on that because you know what? She's actually like kind of like trying. um, and so she like pulled up Twitch on her phone. And I told her she can get a Twitch app if she wants, but like, look, she could also just, if she has a browser, she could also just use that. I don't care. That's more for her to decide. Um, but like, she had me just like search up like my channel and stuff, and I showed it off. Like, yeah, so like get to use some like the recent VODs and stuff, and I'll I even I showed the about page, which has like links to like my YouTube and Twitter and stuff, which like suppose means she could just decide to like go to my Twitter and find out that I am way more left than she thinks I am. Or at least associate with people who are way more left than she would be comfortable associating with. Which would be kind of funny, honestly. That'd be kind of funny, like, for her to just like see that and be like, "Whoa." But that's beside the point. But I was like showing off her channel, and like I really appreciated like her genuine like interest in that and stuff, or curiosity at the very least. As far as I know, she hasn't tuned in to watch a stream yet, but like maybe she has. I don't know. Um, how wild would it be if like if I like were to see that viewer count actually like go up, and then I see, and then like later she's like, yeah, so I came in, to the stream on Wednesday, and you were talking about me, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that'd be kind of funny. Currently have 0 viewers though, so anyone who's hearing these words is watching this for the VOD. um, and at this point, if you're watching the VOD, we're like an hour in. If you haven't figured out that I'm super scatterbrained, that's on you. Because I'm still scatterbrained. So I've shown her my Twitch channel and stuff. And like, I thought it was really nice of her to like express interest or at least curiosity about it. Oh no! That guy almost made it home, but he didn't quite make it. Oh, I remember why I was even bringing this up though. So because like she was talking about how she doesn't really get streaming or whatever, which I was like, yeah, that's fine. Um, but she also said like she's not really like into like she doesn't really understand the video games or whatever. Um, and she said that something along the lines of like I can't really get into video games because I'm too competitive. Like I like it just like or something to that effect. Um, and I told her it's like, well, you know, maybe you know, like just maybe you try to get like a more chill game or something like that. Like not all games need to be competitive. Oh my god, the portal's like right there. Ah! There isn't even a mound around here. Oh no. Do I actually destroy a recruitment camp? I haven't considered destroying a recruitment camp in a long time, but I'm actually considering destroying this one. I'm really generally not in favor of that, but my economy is in such shambles that I actually might destroy this one, just so I could start like cutting down the forest this way, and just like fuck. I think I might need to destroy that camp. Um, but I think it'd be really nice if like I feel like if she knew that there were games like this and she played them, she might actually come to like find serenity in that. Now that doesn't mean she has to. Not everyone has to play games or whatever. But I feel like there's a bunch of people who like feel like gaming isn't for them. When really there's like such an intense variety of in game of like games around there or out there that like you probably could find a video game for pretty much anyone. But again, not everybody has to do video gaming, but it might make things easier. Yeah, I am gonna. This is like, this is gonna hurt, but like, kind of just uh, need resources. And unfortunately, I can't really push this way because there's a portal right there, so I can't grab this water feature until that portal's gone. Also, I have to be careful about using my energy right here because also let me drop this in case a guy comes out. Because then I get like a last minute guy. Oh god. Yeah, I need to run. But yeah, you see this water feature right here? If I clear out that far out camp, I can get that. That worker's screwed. I'm just gonna get some workers. But yeah, I think there's like just like a genuine joy and serenity to be experienced from stuff like this. And I think it'd be really cool if like, because you know, one ambitious dream. I say you know as if you definitely know, but you know, but you know. um, Here, I need to mark trees here. So if I can get workers out here to cut these, I can start actually getting money from them. Um, but like one of my ambitions that I've had for a while is, and this is like, kind of like big um, dream, like that will probably never come to fruition type stuff. But like, I think it'd be really cool to like found if I were to like found my own game design company or studio. Um, because I think game design is just really intriguing, and I think I would part of is appealing to me about game design, other than just like the mental creativity of it, is the the idea of finding ways to give other people joy through like challenges that you present them. Like you ever like give someone like a riddle or something? It's like a little challenge, right? Here, I should just have them build this. It's kind of like, so like that's kind of like this a similar appeal with like a game, um, or why you might want to like make someone a game. Um, I'm just gonna use this to get the fuck out of here, honestly. Um, bonus pogs. Oh hey, how's it going? Now there's someone here to actually hear my rambles. That's a lot of money. Well, it's good because I need that money. um, yeah, I was just kind of rambling about why I find game design intriguing, um, and why the idea of like doing game design would be pretty appealing. Internet starts off bad today. Oh, that's no fun. God, I spent all my money on that, and there's still unemployed people. I need a better tax plan. I already got money from these art. I need to go visit the hunters on the left. I don't think I've visited them in a while. They probably have plenty of taxes that they owe me. Um, like with game design, I think there's. I like the idea that you could offer someone else an opportunity at obtaining joy through their own like work to overcome a challenge that you've designed for them. And I was talking to my friend Josh's last week, um, which was nice because I haven't talked to him in like for like 2 months before that or something like that because he's been very busy with his own life. Um, so it was nice to just chat with him. But one of the things he said during that conversation was something to the effect of, "What's really cool about games is that they provide you challenges, but they also provide you the tools to overcome those exact challenges," which is why it's such an appealing thing for a lot of people, especially if you like struggle with life stuff, because you could argue that life technically has like the tools to succeed, but like you also have to define what succeeding is. And a lot of people, I feel like there's a lot of people that if you told them that they have all the tools they need to succeed in life and you pull yourselves up by the bootstraps, it would just land very flatly because that mentality doesn't fix abject poverty or anything like that, or like systemic oppression or whatever. Um, and that's not to say that like video games fix that either. They fucking don't. And actually, acquiring the tools often provides more stress in the first place. True, true. Yeah, because life just fucking sucks, really. Um, God, I kind of hope there's not an attack from the right side, so I could just like do stuff on the right side. But like, gotta be careful about venturing too deep into the woods because there's no grass to eat if I run out of energy. Considering I'm not seeing imps, I think we're good. Oh, come on. My guy. There we go. I'm gonna continue walking in case there's like really late imps, but I'm pretty sure there's no attack on this side. Okay, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and call for more trees to be cut down. Um, Also, I could probably call for a wall to be built over here too. And I might just start with this wall, because it's just beyond this portal, which will be a pretty good spot. And then suddenly we could at least have a hunting economy on this side, because god damn, I really need an economy on the right side. It's so bad. Yeah, I guess I don't know exactly where I was going with my game design ramble, but like it's interesting. Um, Look at this army. They're ready to go. And if I could get this water feature unlocked, that would be so good for my economy, because then I could get a farm over here. I guess I could put a never buff on the archers. Or, I don't know if it actually buffs them further or if it just extends the buff, but both are pretty good. Oh, that's right. I should probably also upgrade the wall. Probably don't just want a tier 1 wall, at least a tier 2 wall. I guess if I'm concerned about it, I could also call for an additional wall here, and that will kind of basically give just a tiny little extra buffer. And that could do a lot. Because the archers will be like kind of hanging out in this position. So if this wall goes down, they just have to run like, like 10 feet, and then they're over here. Okay. And that'll be all the trees we clear out on this side for the time being. And one thing that's nice about having walls to the right of this position is that now I can just safely recruit those guys. Though I do think I've been doing a pretty good job of recruiting. You know what oppresses me? Cravings for mozzarella sticks. Hey, that's if that's how you work. That's how you work. So, see what kind of policies could we institute to solve the systemic oppression of not having enough mozzarella sticks for you? Perhaps we could, um, perhaps we could increase mozzarella production. Sounds good. Yeah, and then beyond that, it would just be well, maybe what you're experiencing though is maybe not because we have like because like there's tons of like dairy out there, right? But maybe the issue, maybe it's not whether or not we have enough mozzarella in the world. Maybe it's do we have maybe it's a logistical problem of like getting the mozzarella turned into mozzarella sticks and then transported all around the world, especially to where you are. Reduce taxes on imported mozz. Yeah, that would help. If we what's the opposite of a tariff? Because a tariff is like a tax on imported goods, but what's the opposite of that? I am sure there's a word for it, but I don't remember it. But yeah, like basically like a tax break on on mozzarella sticks or just mozzarella in general could help bring about um, more mozzarella sticks in your life and thus reduce the oppression that comes from not having mozzarella sticks. And let's also feed this knight a bunch of money. Finally, we're getting somewhere important on stream. Yes, the importance that is the politics of mozzarella sticks. Here, I guess I could go ahead and upgrade this wall too. I should get a catapult on this side. I don't know why I don't. Also, maybe I should have like an actual proper portal connection. That would also help. Then I could just go back and forth real fast. These type of political strategies are what you're looking for. Well, these aren't necessarily political strategies because the political strategies are how you win elections. These are these are just policies that we're talking about here. However, I do respect that having those policies earns me your vote. um, for whatever office I'm hypothetically running for. Um, To be fair, you could call it a strategy to just have good policy. Of course, I would consider that a very weak strategy because it's not enough to just have the right policies. You got to like communicate that to people. You got to make sure people are aware that like, hey, your policies are good. You got to be able to convince people that your policies are good. You know, weak. You think that's a flawless strategy? I don't know. I I feel like with type of Machiavellian strategies you'll see from establishment type people, it's really easy to lose with that strategy. But I suppose it does depend on the specific race that you're in. If I wasn't really running up against someone that was really like going to play super dirty, then yeah, maybe that would be all I need. Because you know what, in a very honest and fair political race, um, the best policy wins, right? But since that's not how political races end up working, that is a lot of money. Since that's not how political races tend to work, that's why I say you need more than just good policy. Because people play dirty, very dirty. And like, man, one of the dirtier like political races I saw in 2020 um, was with David Kim running for one of the congressional seats in California. I think his opponent was like David Garcia or something like that. Um, and David Kim was like this like progressive. He's like this like progressive gay Asian male running for um, running for Congress in like I think it's just like just north of LA. I think is where it was. Um, David to David D&D. True. Um, well, I'm not certain if that's what his opponent's name was. To be fair, I don't live in that district, so it's not like. But like I came across David Kim and like saw like some of his policies on and like through his Twitter and shit like that, and I was like, oh, this guy's actually fucking awesome. He had this great speech that I like to refer to as "We are the fucking economy" speech, um, where he's like outside his opponent's house leading a protest. This was like in like June of last year or something like that. So this was like during the pandemic. This was, and he's masked and all that. Um, and but like also during like the economic stress that the period of like high economic and financial stress that people were feeling at that time. And so this was a time in which like stimulus checks were being debated in the U.S. and stuff like that, and like what to do about the economy, and which largely the federal government's response was do nothing. They did like they did like a couple checks, and like they did eviction moratorium, I think is the term for it. But they did almost nothing else. Like I'm sure there's probably someone like if they were to like come by and hear me say this, they'd be like, "Oh my god, you didn't list this, that, and this, that, and this, and that the federal government did to help people." I'm sure, obviously, there's like some shit I'm missing because I'm not looking at a list of all the things the federal government did in 2020. But um, largely, there's an issue with people not being helped as much as they like should have been. Um, and so David Kim gave this speech outside of his opponent's house. Um, let's put a wall here. Um, And during that speech, he said like, "We are the fucking economy," like, kind of echoing the economic ideas of like giving poor people money so that we could stimulate the economy. So things like UBI would fall under that, which he was a strong advocate of. Um, so to get to the dirty politics angle of it, so David Kim was actually endorsed by Bernie Sanders and other people like Andrew Yang or whatever, um, and I think Marianne Williamson as well. And so these are pretty prominent progressive figures in 2020. Um, what his opponent did is he put out ads where he claimed to be endorsed by Bernie Sanders, which was really, really dirty because he basically tricked a bunch of those California voters into thinking that, he was the progressive candidate, and even though it was like exactly the opposite, and it was very, very dirty. Um, and David Kim did not win that election. He did not beat the incumbent congressman, and partly it's because of that very dirty trick that he played. Isn't that illegal? It probably is in some places, but it might not be, um, where it might not be in like that county of California or even in the state of California. Um, I think it should be illegal. Like that shit's fucking dirty. But he got away. I'm sure there's like some. I think he was like, it may have been like some like legal justification of like, oh, maybe in like 2016 when this congressman ran, he was endorsed by Bernie, but since then that isn't the case. I don't know. Um, how can you claim to be endorsed by someone who doesn't endorse you? Yeah, no, I agree. It's like really fucked up shit. Well, and I think he may have also like gotten away with it by technically not saying it, but heavily implying it. It's just like one of those legal things, right? Where like technically you didn't do it, but you definitely kind of meant to, you know. Um, we should push for a rate here. But yeah, I thought that was like kind of a shame because like David Kim was probably honestly like, out of all the people running for various congressional seats and or Senate seats or whatever in 2020, um, David Kim was probably my favorite in the entire country. I thought he was really awesome. Um, so it was really upsetting to see like him get done. By the way, he still almost won because that was his race was one of the races that took like a week to be like determined who won and who didn't. Um, but like I think it was like 53% to the incumbent and then like 44 to David Kim or something like that. And then like the remaining percent would be like just, I guess, third party or just other write-in names or whatever, which happens. So it was like actually like a fairly tight race for a while until they actually were finally able to call it. But man, we just shredded that guy. That's the power of buffed archers. Excellent. But yeah, that's the type of shit you see in politics sometimes. It's very dirty. Very, very dirty. Um, that's why I think it's very hard to be someone who like consistently cares about like political stuff because like you see this shit and it's just like, fuck, man, that just hurts. But that's why strategy matters. It's pretty dumb. Yeah, I agree. I think it is dumb. But that's how it works. Oh my god, there's more money out there. Okay, I need to go back and spend money. Um, you should have offered mozzarella sticks to people. You know what? Maybe. Though to be fair, this was still in the middle of the pandemic, which we're technically still in right now. But like, this was before even a vaccine was out, right? So like, might have been a little bit hard to just like base your campaign around walking around, going door to door, feeding, like giving people mozzarella sticks. But I don't know, maybe it would have worked out because, like, yeah, like you said, feeding the poor would have been a good message. Maybe, maybe that would actually be a really good strategy because, like, you're addressing the material needs of your constituents, right? Yeah, exactly. He's helping provide people with food to eat when they're struggling. Yeah. No, I think that's actually like, and I do mean this unironically. That's not a bad strategy. It might not be the best strategy, but it's not a bad one because, like I said, you're addressing the material needs of the people. It's like the whole idea of like like candidate for public office volunteers at a soup kitchen to look good, right? It's kind of the same idea. Anyways, what was I doing over here? Oh, that's right. I just cleared out a portal, which means I could start setting up stuff here. Also, it might be good to find out whether or not there's a third portal on this side, because I feel like. Okay, no, it is just two. Okay, so those two were just kind of close to each other. Those two were suspiciously close, but I guess it. Okay, so you know what? I could just really just kind of just do stuff over here then. I don't necessarily need to have. So I could like set up this farm. I don't need to have a wall protecting it because there's no more attackways on the side. Which means I should also go back to the base and get more scythes so that we can get more farmers. And then our right side will be like our economic base for the rest of the game. All right, okay. There we go. I like the backgrounds in this game, like with those like rocks and stuff in the hills. I also like the coloration on the sun, and like I like how they like have it transition from like daytime to sunset to nighttime here. It's very pretty. All right, let's go get some. Yeah, let's recruit a guy. Now let's get some scythes. So I might need to grab a little bit more money because scythes are kind of expensive. Alright, farmers. Hell yeah. I use the farmers to create more farmers. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get knights on this side as well. So did I pick up all the money from this? Yeah, of course I did. I just did. Nice. Wow, that hunter did a great job. 3 for 3 with those bunnies. Allowed me to recruit those guys. I like that. Alright, let's just pause. And now I have more money than I know what to do with. I literally can't spend it fast enough. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, what's the 5-head thing I did? Honestly, I'm like kind of autopiloting a lot of this game, so I'm not even sure what was so 5-head. You don't remember? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Whatever I did, it was smart. That's all I need to know. Let's leave a coin here in case another guy spawns. Sure. Can make that a fast warp point to here, where I just go here and then I get these guys. Alright. Let's put it like here. Then I take this back. Man, portals are so cool. I think we're doing good enough. I think I can push for a raid. Let's hope this doesn't backfire. Last time I pushed for a raid a little bit early, it backfired. But I think I've been doing such a good job with recruiting and getting archers that I genuinely think I can do this. Because I have so many fucking archers, and they're like super buffed right now. Okay, so we'll see what the retaliation looks like here. I'll do what I can to tank for these guys. Of course, I need them to actually fucking move. Can't save them if they don't actually run. Come on. That is a lot of stuff we have there. But stuff's dying. I think we got this. Yeah, it's just this guy. Dude, we're good. Easy clap. Easy clap. Now we just gotta recover these guys. And I guess go ahead and get this built. Wait, is it evening? Oh shit, I shouldn't be calling workouts out. Oops, that's my bad. Oh no, I can't save that guy. That guy's fucked. Like, he's like perma fucked. I think that's one of the few ways that guys could actually just like straight up die in this game, is getting kidnapped by that. In fact, that might be the only way. I don't know. If I get lucky, there won't be an attack tonight, and then like these workers are gonna be just fine. But if there's an attack, they're fucked. Yeah, they're fucked. Sorry guys, my bad. I guess I should go back to base and just get a bunch of hammers. Because, oops. I can tell this guy to just go build me tools at base. Okay. Let's go get the guys back, then I'll go back to base and just like make sure we get like workers and stuff. Here, and I can also call for these to be cut down. Okay, and that's where that portal is. Alright. So that means this mound will probably be the location of our outermost wall as we set up to push against that portal. Okay, so let's get some hammers. Okay, that'll give us plenty of workers. We'll get another knight, and then we'll spam some bows. And actually, I should stop by these farmers over here, collect some taxes, and get more guys and more bows and all that stuff. Or did I just... Okay, no. There we go. Okay. Actually, no. What? I don't need that. It's one thing that's kind of cool that I did earlier today is that I rendered the video that I've been working on for Kelvin for a while. And hopefully, and I tried uploading it to um, Google Drive and then sending it to Kelvin. Hopefully he got it. I think he's taking a nap right now because later he's actually doing another collab stream, which I might end up watching that just to see if there's any stuff in there that might be worth editing. Because the video that I've been working on is from like a stream from like at this point like over a month ago, where he was doing this collab with like all these VTubers and shit, reading through Necropara, um, and Kelvin voiced a filler character that's supposed to be like this like cat girl child, but the way Kelvin voiced this character made it sound like they were smoking like 3 packs a day. And it's very funny, and a lot of the people in that video are also very funny. So like, it's pretty fun to work with. And so Kelvin might if if he checks his Gmail and then like and it like everything's working and stuff, he might upload that today, which will be pretty cool. I guess we could call for a wall right here. We can have like a double wall situation up here. And then maybe, because I don't know exactly when he'll be streaming his other collab thing today, but if it's not too late, then I might be able to catch it, or at least catch part of it, and help me determine. That could help me, maybe I could just watch it and gauge, like, how much are they bouncing off each other in terms of like comedic like jokes or whatever, in like memeing on like Necropara and stuff like that. Because Necropara is very memeable. depending on what they're covering. Okay, hopefully the archers and stuff get their asses over here, because stone walls are tough, but they're not invincible. I'm just gonna start walking away. Okay, we got our first guys here. Good God. You see that knight just fucking, like, get bounced? Holy shit. He's doing well. Wow. You should clip that shit. Holy shit. That was a bounce. Wow. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I'll just clip it myself afterwards. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I made note of how deep into the stream we are. So yeah, I could clip it afterwards. It's fine. But that was a bounce. Wow. um, shit. What was I saying before that attack? Oh yeah. Yeah. So I might just watch that stream. I guess I can try to finish that thought then. Um, oh, I guess the thing to finish out that thought though is if there does end up being stuff that's kind of intriguing there might be another editing project for me, which would be kind of nice because like because I'm enjoying editing so far, but I will admit it does take like mental energy, and like I could have been like working on like some kind of other thing for my own content today, but like I don't I fucking just did not have like the mental capacity to do that right now. And I was just like, you know what? I need to relax with just like something, and you know what? Maybe I could turn it into a stream because this game is fantastic for the types of streams that I like to do. Like, it's a godsend. Like, there's enough strategic layer to this game that I can be like mentally like um, intrigued by it, but it's also like mostly just really chill, so I could just vibe for however long I want. Like normally I would have beaten this game by now, but like we're at the 1 hour 50 mark, and I'm like, yeah, we're not quite done yet, though. We're probably gonna finish in like 5-10 minutes. Have I played Slave Aspire? No, but I do know about it. Slave Aspire does look pretty cool. Um, I'm not sure how into it I would get, but I could see myself either getting like really into it or just kind of moderately into it, or not at all into it, which I guess is like all the levels of into it that there are. um, I guess that's maybe just a longer way of saying I don't know what I think of it, but um, the concept is intriguing. We don't have archers here. That's concerning. Okay, they got it down at least. Also, that worker snuck by and built this wall up while the fucking thing was here. That's kind of impressive. I should probably go back to base and make sure there's like bows and stuff. In fact, I think we lost our knights, so we're gonna need to go back to base anyways. So let's go back to base. Let's call for some more of these. Let's call for a catapult on this side. Maybe a couple more workers. We're gonna need knights. I'm gonna need them to be very well fed. Okay. Couple bows. And then I need... Do any of these guys happen to have a spare coin? Because, yeah, visiting the right side would be very beneficial right now. Where is he ever? Oh, he's up behind the tent. Sneaky. Hiding behind the tent. We could also upgrade our archers while we're on this side. Pretty much whenever I return to the left side border, we're going to push for an attack. Everything I'm doing here is just to like help, just basically give us like backup people in case things go really wrong. And I mean like really wrong. They don't go kind of insanely wrong. Because look at all these guys that I'm giving bows. Okay, and that's as many bows as I can make right now. Bows. I actually need money to use that portal. Let's just visit a farmer. Thank you, that's good enough. That's all I need. And boop. Wait, where's our guys? Okay. You gotta go catch enough time? Yeah, that's fine. I'm about to finish up the stream anyways, because I'll just do this last push and then I'll be done. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming by. And I'll be back. I'll be doing my normal stream tomorrow, which will be Majora's Mask and trying to get more heart pieces, and struggling to do so because there's a lot, and some of them are locked behind kind of hard things and stuff. So. And then Friday will be Warcraft 3. So. Okay, so I guess whenever these guys get up to the front is when I'll push, because I gotta wait for them. And honestly, I'm just gonna let them do their thing, because I can't really do anything to actually help them. They either make it or they don't. Okay, well, I guess if these guys are going to provide me more money, then maybe I can monitor them, do a little bit of tanking for them. But they're largely going to have to do it on their own. Which is, at this point, they're powerful. Yeah, they're good. We're good. GG. Just need the game to officially give me give me that official GG, you know? Let's go ahead and warp back. I guess now that the war is over, I could just spam farm people. And maybe some people like hunting. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, they're getting pushed back on this side. Whoa, okay, hi. Okay, we're good though. They're good. Okay, we're good. Yay, GG. God, that is so much money. Who needs money? Oh my god. That is so much money. Yeah, I like this game. I'm glad I recognized that this game would be like perfect for my streams. It was just so chill, but like has like, and it has like this whole like cute like art style and it's like fantasy and stuff, and it hits a lot of the points that I enjoy and things that I like to kind of present or whatever. I don't know. I like it, and I want to share the thing that I enjoy. That's what this whole streaming thing is, right? So yeah, if you liked this, if you're on Twitch, hit the follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, once it's archived there, hit subscribe, like, comment. Those things are nice to help out. Help me know if this thing is actually worth it. um, so yeah, but mostly I just hope you enjoyed it and that you found this like nice and relaxing, interesting, whatever word you want to use. Um, I just mostly hope you enjoyed it. It brought you some. I hope that it brought you some amount of joy or serenity. So, yeah. Wherever you are in your life, I hope things improve. Come by tomorrow. I'll be streaming Majora's Mask. Come by the day after that. I'll be streaming Warcraft 3. So yeah, enjoy yourself. And I'll see you next time.